Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula is proposing that motorists pay 250 Rand just to make an online booking on the failed e-Natis system. Now, civil society groups have published statements slamming the proposal for including a booking fee. For more on this, we're joined now by the South African Institute of Driving Instructors. That's Robert Chandler, who talks to us about this matter that I would imagine has enraged a number of people. Mr. Chandler, 250 rands just to make an online booking. Are we framing this correctly? Is it fact that indeed we are required to pay 250 just to renew our licenses?
Good morning there. Yes. The wording in the Gazette specifically says a fee of 250 Rand for the renewal, for the booking when you apply for a online booking. It does not say that this is replacing the cost that is for your whole transaction.
Yeah.
If that was the case, all they had to do, they already have a transactional fee of 72 Rand for every transaction done on Natis. All they had to do was up that transaction fee by the 22 or 23 Rand they say they want, and then basically say, we've increased it for the following reason. But they haven't done that. They've created an entirely new category of transactional fee, which is a 250, and it says clearly for the use of the online booking system. It does not say for applying. And the defense that has been touted out there in the last 2 days since the story broke, that it is a fee for the whole transaction. You can do it online. Sorry, I don't buy that, because you cannot submit and verify fingerprints online. Maybe you could do an optometrist eye test for that, but you still have to turn up and put your thumb down onto the scanner. That you cannot do online, and it cannot be verified. So
yeah.
It's not a chance. You still have to go to the testing center. You still have to stand in the queue. And the Road Traffic Act prescribes a fee. And nowhere have I seen any proposal that says that fee is going to be taken away and replaced by this fee.
Yeah.
So it says online booking. It doesn't say the whole transaction.
Mr. Chandler, let me get this straight from you, and you tell me if my analysis around this is wrong. I have renewed my license, I think, some time ago. It's due to expire in 2022. I had no problem walking into a center where I would have my eyes checked and, I guess, pay whatever administrative fee that there is. The e-Natis system has failed, and people have had to now go to the online system to try and make a booking there. And this is not out of residents' own doing. This is a failure of the e-Natis system. Government coming in to say the online system is now here. Is government trying to basically try and make a quick buck here out of their own failure?
Okay, I think if I can just clarify something.
Yeah.
The Natis system itself has not failed, because the testing centers work on the Natis system. When you go and do your work at your application there, you are using the Natis system. All that equipment, whether you do your eye test, your scanning, that is Natis. Your payment at the testing center is Natis. What has failed is the pilot project that has been run in Gauteng for the last 3 years. That is a dismal failure. Now, that failure, they want to roll out, and they want to charge you a fee for it. Now, that is not acceptable. That is why we are up in arms about it. The Natis system, we're not anti-technology. We're anti the fact they want to slip in a fee here, which currently the public has been enjoying for free, much to the dissatisfaction of everybody. So they've been getting nothing out of it, just a load of frustration in Gauteng at the moment, because you can't get bookings. But now they want to roll that into the country, and before they fixed it, they want to start charging a fee. That to us is unacceptable. So if they fix it, it might have a place.
This Gauteng pilot project, and I'm very grateful to you for clarifying that, because the assumption for a while has been that the e-Natis system has failed. So the pilot project that is being run here in Gauteng, that's the one that's failed. Explain that to us. What is it exactly, and why does government want to move ahead with it, given that it has obviously failed?
What has happened, I think this is an attempt to cover and prevent corruption at the coalface, at the driving license testing centres. Remote control corruption prevention doesn't work. But the thing is, they brought the system in Gauteng because they wanted to control the bookings and the processes at the 38 or 40 DLTCs they have. And they piloted this project after the notorious Gauteng call center, where you had to phone in and book an appointment, failed due to rampant corruption. Then they moved on to this system. Now, we actually have some doubts as to the legality and the lawfulness and the constitutionality of this system. And we've made our submissions to the Department of Transport and the MEC in Gauteng, and we are waiting for responses. But the problem is, this system doesn't work, and what is not happening is they are not addressing the problem, because you book online, then you still have to go and stand in the queue and wait to get to the front again. It doesn't make sense. And, you go through this whole process, you get to the DLTC and they're closed. Now, COVID is actually, to be totally honest, it's a disaster internationally. But what it's done is it's exposed the online booking system.
Sure.
And the problem is we don't have enough officials. The people that have the DLTCs have not provided the infrastructure in terms of manpower. That's the biggest problem, is manpower.
Yeah.
Then we have the infrastructure in terms of bandwidth, the use of the facilities, the equipment that's provided, which is an RTMC responsibility. And it's not always the best. It seems to break down a lot.
So tell me this, Mr. Chandler. The MEC of Gauteng last week launched an online system, online booking system. Could this be the very system that you're saying has failed?
I'm not too sure what he launched. I haven't seen that one, unfortunately. But his online booking system has been working for 3 years. But I think what is happening is he is opening up additional points of access where, for instance, instead of going into a driving license testing center, they're opening kiosks with a staff in a terminal on the Gautrain or at a mall or something like that, where you can go there and you can do the biometrics, the fingerprint scan, the eye test, and you can process, because that is a relatively easy thing to do. But you still have to be there in person. And to add the transaction fee onto the other cost is ridiculous. It's, when they took over this from a private company many years ago in 2017, they almost doubled the transaction fee. So they've already hit us 3 years, 4 years ago. Now they want to add another fee on top of us.
So what is the plan, therefore, from civil society organizations, from organizations such as the one being run by yourselves, the South African Institute of Driving Instructors?
Look, what we got at the moment, this is why we've made it public, because this is a proposal. The Minister has put out the Gazette, and it's a draft proposal. Now, it is up to the public to decide. We can register our objections, our members can register their objections, but it's up to the general public to write. There is an address on that government Gazette, and they can write in and register their objection to that fee. And the other fees which are on the vehicle licensing side, which I haven't concentrated on because it's not my portfolio. But they can object to those transactions. So we're a democracy. If the people don't want it, write and state your opinion. You have a right to lodge that objection, and the Minister's calling for the objection. But our responsibility is to actually go out there and bring it to the awareness of the public, because not everybody does something like I do. I'm online. I make sure I get the gazettes because it's my field.
Yeah.
So I read these gazettes, and when I've got it, I'm going to approach the media. I'm going to place it on social media and come on talk shows like yourself to build awareness.
All right.
Because if the people aren't aware, they can't deal with it. And in a year's time, 2 years' time, they're going to get hit with a 250 Rand fee.
Imagine. All right. So you're encouraging the public, therefore, to get out there, make their voices heard as to whether they accept or reject this.
That is 100%. We're not going to stage actions. We're not going to do protest. My job is to get it out into the public and to let the public take a decision. We're adults. Get up and stand up on your 2 feet and take control of your life and stop being victims.
Robert Chandler, thank you very much for your insights here, South African Institute of Driving Instructors.